Welcome. I'll be reacting to Christmas at Downton Abbey as part of my mini Vlogmas series looking at seasonal episodes of various TV shows. I have seen a few episodes of Downton Abbey and I've seen the movie, but that's where my knowledge of this ends, and this is a first-time reaction for this particular episode. Remember, this is not a market substitute. Please support the original. That is a huge tree! I was wondering, do the staff decorate or the family or a combination? Oh, wow! That is spectacular! Just as a random note, they actually had electric Christmas lights starting around the late 1890s, and I saw some of the advertisements for it, and they had this tree on fire, and they were like, don't let this happen to you. Get electric Christmas lights. Although they had to actually have electricians come to your house to install it because it was like one bulb at a time. It was crazy. It took hours. I'm so grateful that we can just throw strings on trees now. Oh, the cars in this. Why don't they make pretty cars anymore? Why are cars so ugly now?
My husband's on trial for his life, Mrs. Hughes.
Okay.
Of course
Wow. Wonder what he did.
Enough.
That's beautiful. I miss having Christmases like this. My friends and I always get together for a full Victorian Christmas, Christmas crackers, courses of food, and not this year. Didn't expect this to hit me this way. 2020.
But why don't they have their lunch early and then serve us?
Oh my goodness! Most people will think, oh, she's about to reference Game of Thrones. But no, I know him from Wives and Daughters first. Great actor. And yes, he was in Game of Thrones. What a beautiful shot. Ooh, are they gonna set it on fire? Set it on fire! Set it on fire! Yay!
Don't forget to make a wish.
Let's all make a wish.
A wish and a prayer.
Is this about Bates again?
My new maid says this.
Is he evil in every show?
I managed to have the trial held.
Is there anyone there? What is it?
We're talking to the dead.
No, I don't think it's right.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Don't play around with this. If you're going to do it, please set a warding circle first and be very clear about which spirits you do and do not want to speak to. Don't just fling the door open and let anyone in.
Which the player must appear ridiculous.
So Richard, life is a game in which the player must appear ridiculous.
So true.
Your turn, come on.
He's like, no. I am the Darcy of this group. I'm not doing this. This is a really sweet little tree. I love all the snowflakes on it and the white silver look to it. And interestingly, this one has candles. So it's a little bit more old-fashioned. I have had candles on trees. You light them, you have a bucket of water nearby, and you very carefully monitor it and make sure that the tree is very green. The effect is absolutely stunning though. I highly recommend trying it at least once. I know him from the adaptation of A Little Princess, the really good one. I think the BBC did it, not the weird movie that had nothing to do with the book. There are great actors in this.
Make him grateful. Hide something he loves and find it and give it back.
They're such Slytherins. Doggy. Oh, do not hide the dog. You leave the dog out of this.
Lady Mary will stand by me.
Now, just.
I thought you were going to stand with me for the first drive, isn't that what you said?
You've got a visitor.
Oh, it's Matthews from Horatio Hornblower. I'm still sad that they canceled Hornblower, and Matthews was my favorite character on that. I keep hoping that they'll get Ioan Gruffudd back and do some of the later books when it's Admiral Hornblower. Somebody with money, please make that happen.
I'm far too old for you.
I don't agree.
Please be kind to him.
So when are you going to come to the farm?
Oh.
All eyes.
What have I done to deserve it? What? As I have tried, Mary.
Well, yelling at her isn't gonna make her prefer your company.
I warn you.
Don't grab her like that.
Has its limits.
He doesn't know how to woo people, does he? You need to relax and tell her she's beautiful. And stop just yanking her around.
Can I help?
If I told you the reason, you would despise me, and that I really couldn't bear.
Murray.
I love the colors in this room.
He's going to come here
That
the day before the
wallpaper is
trial to talk you all
amazing.
through. Between Mary and Carlisle at the end of dinner. Did you notice it?
Everyone noticed it.
Do you recall a Turkish diplomat who stayed here before the war?
Oh, I remember that part. I saw that episode.
You're absolutely sure?
You better be accurate because
Perhaps I
I'm
may
sure
have
they
done.
have a witness somewhere.
Did. And how did he answer? Or better still, the late.
It's gonna be guilty.
Do you guilty?
The evidence is there.
I know he has no fortune, if that's what you mean.
No fortune. He's lucky not to be playing the violin in Leicester Square.
He's fond of me, Mama. He didn't plan it because he didn't do it.
Obviously, I don't know exactly what's going on. However, in Rebecca, she kind of commits suicide and makes it look like it was murder in a way. And I'm wondering if this former wife, who doesn't seem like a very nice person, did a similar thing where she poisoned herself in order to frame him to ruin his life. Kind of like Rebecca.
But I do not believe in Mr. Bates's guilt. I don't often feel selfless. When I listen to you, I do.
Wow.
His lordship.
That is so beautiful.
Go to America, stay with your grandmother until the fuss dies down. I don't want my daughter to be married to a man who threatens her with ruin. I want
Such a good
man.
dad.
Find a cowboy in the Middle West and bring him back to shake us up a bit.
Oh.
He doesn't trust me, does he?
No. Nobody trusts you. I've seen like 3 episodes and I don't trust you.
It has to be like this.
I think you're wrong.
Listen to your mom.
Oh, so you married him to keep his spirits up at the end?
I suppose I did, yes.
Oh, forgive me, but that doesn't sound unloving. To me, that sounds as if you loved him a great deal.
Thomas being a little you-know-what. If you hurt Isis, so help me.
You go, Isis.
Oh my god!
Here we
Is she gonna try and convince Daisy to go to the farm?
William.
To the farm.
Go to the farm, make Dad happy. Is it usually so specific?
If Isis has been harmed in any way, just let her out.
It was lust, Matthew.
He was really hot.
Need for excitement.
So will you be my daughter, of course?
I haven't got any parents. Not like that. I've never been special to anyone.
Now you're special to me. You don't think I'll save you or him for one more day?
And you wonder why we wouldn't make each other happy.
Get him out of the house
Here he
right
is.
now.
Bastard.
Whoa. My money was on the night though.
I doubt we'll meet again.
Do you promise?
She's so amazing. Go get Rosamund.
Have to.
Isn't what it seems.
Oh, it's
Is there
exactly
room
what it
for
seems.
misinterpretation?
Oh, this is one of my favorite waltzes.
What about it?
Dun, 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 dun.
May they be happy.
You were moving it.
No, I wasn't.
This is why you ward your spirit boards, kids.
That was fun. Would you stay if I asked you to?
Seriously, in all these shows, it starts snowing because it's a holiday episode. No one puts jackets on. And they're just like, oh, it's so cold. Have you ever been out in the snow? Do you know how cold it is? It just ruins these scenes for me. I'm just like, put a jacket on.
Will you do me the honor of becoming my wife?
Yes.
Very beautiful. Now go get her a jacket. This was a little bit like the movie where I had no idea what was going on or who half the characters were for the first half of it. But fortunately, this is a really long episode. It was almost 2 hours. So by partway through, I was able to figure out who everyone was and what was going on. I thought it would be like Christmas Eve, Christmas Boxing Day, but they stretched it out to New Year's and beyond. Of course, the Christmas season in that era included the 12 days of Christmas, so it was not technically over till 12th night in January. I actually leave my Christmas decorations up until 12th night, unless they're evergreens that are like garlands that are starting to go dry and it's not safe to have them out. And I have some of the evergreens in water and I'm gonna switch them out. So they're starting to get a little bit dry. Yeah, right now. Probably I'll have them out until Christmas Day and then I'm gonna get rid of those and then get the new ones in that are fresh and green still. Because you can't see it, but I always have huge amounts of actual evergreen decoration because I love Victorian decor. So, speaking of which, loved the holiday decor in this. Obviously it's my jam, Edwardian. There wasn't a whole lot of it though, so I'm gonna give them only a 4 out of 5. I was hoping for a few more garlands and that kind of thing. Festive spirit. This was a heavy one because we had Mr. Bates dealing with his murder trial and everyone really upset about that. And then the dog. I don't know what happens in the future, but I really hope that guy who took Isis and shut her in that little shed overnight in the cold, like, he needs to get his comeuppance. I don't know how or where or why. I just need him to suffer, or at least have that come out that he had done that. The gowns in this were amazing. I know that has nothing to do with festive spirit, but it gave me festive spirit. So I'm giving them points for that. The little gift exchange was really sweet. That little heart that they gave, I don't remember her name, but the wife of Mr. Bates, Anna, that was such a beautiful gift that they had given her. The main reason that I'm giving it the 3 out of 5 though is Daisy and Matthews. I don't know his name in this one, but he's always going to be Matthews for me. All the shenanigans that the cook did to get those two together, and they had such a heartwarming scene. I love those two so much. I think Daisy might be my favorite character. I've only seen a couple of episodes, but so far she is. Overall quality. Even though I was coming in cold and pretty much had no idea what the plot line was, they did such an amazing job of getting me intrigued and really wanting to know what was happening. The characters were just so fascinating, and the production quality is just out of this world. The writing, I mean, some of those lines, I almost want to just rewind and listen to them again. So they're getting a 5 out of 5 for quality. In fact, I would love to sit down and watch all of these episodes. I haven't really looked around to see if there are other people reacting to this. So let me know. Would you be interested in that?